The Lord's people are Israel, as you've been reading, right? Read on.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt.
From where?
From Egypt.
Which shall be left behind from Assyria, from Egypt. Egypt is in what continent?
Africa.
Right. So it's telling you that there will be Israelites where?
In Egypt. Or in Africa.
There you go. Read on.
And from Pathros and from Cush.
Now, Pathros and Cush are also in Africa. Cush is in Ethiopia today. That's what we would call it. Right? So that's showing us that what? There are still Israelites, a remnant of them, in Africa. Because if I was taken into slavery on slave ships and you stay behind, obviously I would still have come from my father. Or if a father was taken and the son was left behind, obviously they're still the same people. Right? That's common sense. So that shows you that what? There's still Israelites in Africa today. So the next question, as you said, is what commandment should I keep? Right? Let's give him one commandment in Numbers. Numbers 15:38.
This the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments.
Now, did you hear that? I know the truck's going by, but it said, speak to the children of Israel, and bid them. Bid means tell, command them to put fringes in the borders of their garments. So the border is what?
The border of your garment. I don't know, is that like...
Think about the border of, you see the border of a country. What part of the country is that?
Literally the outside of the country.
All around, yeah? It says put fringes in the borders of your garments. Now, if you look at all of us here, you see we have the fringes on. All around.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Fringes, right? In the borders of your garments, read. As long as you got it on something, that's cool.
In the borders of their garments throughout their generation.
Throughout their generations. Now, what does that mean, throughout their generations?
You, your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, everyone should wear fringes.
Even unto today, right? Even unto today. So that's what we're understanding, right? The Israelites were commanded to put fringes on, but there's more. Read on.
Throughout the generation, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
A ribbon of blue. Now, if you look at all of us again, you're going to see on our fringes, we all have a blue ribbon. Now, it could be dark blue, it could be light blue, it could be royal blue, whatever, as long as it's blue, right? Why do you think we were commanded to do this?
Why were you commanded to do this? I do not know.
Let's find out. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
Right, so that's the point. When you look on your fringes, you're supposed to remember, oh, I need to keep the commandments. Because you might be going over to the shop to go rob the shop. And then as you're picking up the item to steal, you see your fringes like, thou shalt not steal. I have to keep the commandments. It's like a reminder. You could be about to go to someone's house to do, you know, what grown folks do, but that's not your wife. Now, as your shirt's coming over your head, now your fringes go over, you're like, marriage is honorable in all. I'm not supposed to be committing fornication or adultery if that's another man's wife. All right? So it acts as a reminder, right, for us to always have in our mind, listen, I need to keep the commandments, I need to keep the commandments, I need to keep the commandments, right? It's like you get a notification on your phone. Remember to do this. Huh? Yeah. So these fringes are like a visible notification that you should always have on you to, in any situation, what does the commandment say I should do in this situation? Right? Okay, cool. Let's get another commandment. 21:5, Leviticus. So again, there's many commandments, all right? There's many commandments. Let's read that.
This the book of Leviticus, chapter 21. Bear with me. Chapter 21 and verse 5. And they shall not make boldness upon thine head.
Shall not make boldness upon their head. Meaning, you know, like Tyrese, Michael Jordan, how they just scalp it all off. We're not supposed to do that. So you've got a long afro, which is good, right? But certain man, you see that the older generations, a lot of them, they do that, all right?
However, what if
get that. Start where you are, and we'll get that.
They shall not make boldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard.
Right. Neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard. Right. So you know how the white man for the job will tell you, hey, shave it all off? No, you're not supposed to do that. Right? Because the Bible says you're not supposed to shave off the corner of your beard. Meaning the shape of your beard, you're supposed to keep it. You can trim it, make it look neat, but you're not supposed to be lining it and all of that and shaving it, all of that. Yeah? You're supposed to keep the shape of your beard. Alright, so when you go barber, tell them, hey, you can cut it low, but don't be digging into it. Yeah? Now, you asked about what if you go bald naturally. That's completely fine. Let's get Leviticus 13, verse 40.
This the book of Leviticus, chapter 13 and verse 40. And the man whose hair is falling off his head.
Now, it says, the man whose hair is falling off his head. Because remember, in Leviticus, it says, thou shalt not make baldness upon thy head. So it's different if your hair falls out of your head or if you're making yourself bald. Do you understand? Read.
He is bald, yet is he clean.
He is bald, yeah, because his hair's falling out of his head, but he's clean. You understand? That's fine. He's clean. Read on.
And he that had his hair fallen off from the part of his head towards his face.
Right. So you know how sometimes you got the bowl patch at the front, like that. Right? Read on.
He is forehead bald, yet is he clean.
But he's still clean. So if your hair falls out naturally, that's all right. What can you do? The sin comes in when you shave your head completely bald of your own choice. Even if you're going bald, you know sometimes you got the little side bit, right? You can trim that low to make it look neat. But if you shave that side bit completely off, still, yeah?
These are commandments.
Exactly, these are commandments. Now, it goes further than that. We're talking about some customs to keep, right? But let's talk about some moral laws, some civil laws, how we deal with one another. Let's get 1917.
I don't want to interrupt that read.
Last one, yeah?
This the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So hating your brother, which many black people do, that's where you get the term black on black crime from, etc. Right? It says you shall not hate your brother in your heart, meaning in your mind. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So it says you shall rebuke your neighbor, which means correct. When we see one another doing things that are wrong, we're supposed to tell one another, hey, listen, don't do that. But in our community, we've been taught things like what? Snitches get stitches. Right? But that's wrong according to the Bible. Read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
So you're not supposed to allow your brother to be in sin. All right? When it says not suffer sin, do not allow him to be in sin. All right? Now, why is that showing love to our brother? Not allowing him to be in sin.
Break the commandments and get punished. If you can help him out, try and help him out.
Right. Because the wages of sin is, do you know?
The wages of sin, no.
Yeah. Let's read that. The payment for sin. There's a payment for sin. Let's read that.
This the book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
Right. So the payment for sin is death. Meaning if we see...
Regardless, I feel like the wages of sin should be hellfire.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.